Welcome back to episode 189 of the Irresistible You podcast. This is another episode in my 10 pounds, 10 times series where I chronicle my journey with weight loss. All right, you guys. I don't know if I need to give a trigger warning before I get into this episode, but let me just give you the theme. The theme of this episode is I'm fed the fuck up with being fat. I'm fed the fuck up with weight loss. I'm fed the fuck up with having to worry and always be consciously mindful about what goes in my mouth. I'm sick and tired of it. And I don't want to get on here and do a rant for the entire episode because that's just not helpful. There is going to be some learning moments. I'm going to connect everything back, but I just needed to get on here first and I need to vent. And I know that you all can relate to this. I know that you all go through this. So this may not be the most motivating or inspirational episode, but it's going to be damn real. Okay. Let's just get into it. Okay. So I was not on the podcast live last week. We did a repost because it was Memorial Day weekend, took some time off to spend with my family and all of that. So I'm going to just share with you my scale numbers, and then I'm going to talk to you about what's going on and how I'm feeling. All right. So the last time I talked to you guys about my weight, I had gotten down to 228. And keep in mind that I am still working my way back from the weight gain that I was at 222 back in April. Okay. So I was 228 on the last episode, which was like May 22nd. Yep. And that Friday, May 26th, I got on the scale and it was 232. I don't know what it is with this 232 number that my body keeps wanting to go back to. I swore in the last episode, like we were done with this shit. And here we are again with this 232. Okay. The weekend, Memorial Day weekend comes. We're out and about. We're busy. We're doing things. We're grilling. Because, that's real unhealthy. That's sarcasm in case you haven't caught on. And when I got on the scale on, let's see the dates here. So Friday, I was 232. Okay. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Because I want you guys to understand fluctuations. Okay. Because it's a bitch. I was 232 on Friday. And that Monday, Memorial Day, I weighed in at 236. What the actual fuck is going on? That's what I need to know. Because the math ain't mathin' for me. And so, I weighed back in. So let's see. I'm going back through the week here. I weighed in again on Thursday, which was June 1st. I was like, all right, start of the new month. Let's just weigh in. Let's see where we're at. So from Monday to Thursday. So Monday, we're at 236. And on Thursday, we're at 230. So just for you all to understand these fluctuations in the scale. Okay. And then I got on the scale today. Today is Monday, June 5th. And the scale is currently at 233. So we have gone all up and down in the last 2 weeks. And I'm pissed. But I'm going to explain some things. Okay. Because we can't just get pissed and then do nothing about it. I'm just going to vent. And I'm going to stop apologizing for it. And I'm going to stop trying to contain myself and sugarcoat it. I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm sick and tired of having this battle. I'm sick and tired of having to worry. I'm sick and tired of knowing that if one wrong thing goes in my mouth, we're going to go up 3 or 4 pounds on the scale. I am so sick of having to even think about food. Like I've gotten to the point lately where I hate food. I have this like hatred for it. The fact that we even have to eat, the fact that we even have to revolve our life around all these meals and cook and prep and plan and all this bullshit. I'm so sick of it. Do I want to give up? Yeah, I do want to give up. Do I want to throw the towel in and say, fuck this shit? I'm going to just eat whatever the hell I want and I'm sick and tired of this? Yeah, I wish that I could do that. I want to do that, but I'm not ever going to allow myself to give up. I'm just not. It's not in the cards. It's not something that I want to do because here's what I know. If I give up, where will I be in a month from now? Where will I be next year? Where will I be in 5 years? Because if this is me half-ass watching what I'm doing, imagine what happens when you take your eye off the ball. I don't have to imagine because I've lived it. I know exactly what happens. I will put on 50, 60 pounds. I have lived through it. I don't need to imagine what could happen because I already know the reality of what's going to happen if I do decide to give up. If I do decide to say, F this, throw the towel in and just, go balls to the wall with everything and anything that I want to eat. So I was having a moment where I was just pissed because I'm like, every time I get on the scale, it has a different number. Every time I get on the scale, it's going up. And the food, and what I was saying to myself was the intake is not, the actions that I'm taking with the food should not give me the numbers that I'm getting on the scale. Because we talk about that a lot, right? We also talk about, bitch, you better have a good, hard conversation with yourself because how many of you do this? You'll say, I just feel, keyword feel, I feel like the scale just keeps going up. Like, is that a feeling? No, it's not a feeling. The scale is going up. So what the hell is going on? And that is why I have been, for the last month that I came back on here and redeclared this journey, you've got to track everything, even when you don't like what it looks like on paper. You have to track everything. Why? Because that is the only way we're going to see what the fuck is going on. And yes, there's going to be a lot of F words today because I'm on one. I am on one today. Okay. So it's frustrating. And what I'm doing is I am allowing myself to be pissed. I am allowing myself to just go off. I am allowing myself to feel angry. And you guys better stop suppressing your anger because anger is a valid, real emotion. And so many times, especially as women, we need to suppress our anger and act like everything's okay and just, oh, I know, I'll just get back to it. And no, be pissed, be angry, be pissed and get it out of your system. And that anger can become a catalyst for change. That anger is either going to put you in a victim mindset of I'm just going to quit. I'm too fat. I knew this wasn't going to work. I always fuck it up. Or I'm fucking done with this shit. And that's where I'm at. I'm fed the fuck up with fat. I'm just fed up. I'm fed up with the struggle. I'm fed up with the ups and downs. And I'm like, should I even share this with you guys? Like, should I even get on here and tell you this? Because I feel like I know these things already. I have a framework. I have tools. I have things I have created and have helped other people use. Should I even get on here and tell you how bad I'm doing? I don't know. I'm a human. And sometimes, we slide backwards a little bit. And that's just where I'm at. And, I'm not blaming anyone else. I'm not blaming circumstances. I'm not blaming anybody, honey, because I know how I got here. I got here because of me. And that's what I'm talking about. You have got to have this real come to Jesus conversation with yourself. Okay. And when I look at the facts, it's like, yeah, I'm not binging. I'm not like going to the drive-through 3 times a day like I have in my old fat life. But when I look at my journaling and I count points, I am way above my daily point range, which I shared with you guys. I didn't care because I was just trying to see what was going on. And maybe this is just the outcome. This is what we see when we want to see something. Now we're seeing something. We're seeing something. It may not be what you want to see, but we're seeing something. Okay. Um, and I was honest in the last episode that I shared, I said, I know I'm going way above my points, more than double, and I was still losing weight. And I said it. If you go back, you'll hear it. I know I said, but at some point, it's going to catch up to me. Here we are. And that's what happens. Actions that you take weeks ago sometimes don't show themselves in your data until weeks later. Okay. But still, it's like, really, 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 like, we're gaining 4 pounds in like less than a week? What's going on? What is going on? And, on the 1st, I told you I was 230, 233 today on the 5th. And I have really cut back the last couple days. I have really, like, are there things I wanted? Oh, you bet I did. Did I eat them? No. Um, Going to bed feeling hungry as hell, but I'm like, nope, drink that water and get to bed. Because if you go downstairs now and start digging around, no, and still making those sacrifices, I am up. Like, it's okay to be pissed about this. It's okay to be angry. And I'm pissed the fuck off. But what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because the old version of me, many, many moons ago, would be like, well, I'm so pissed, so I'm going to go shove food in my face. Like, bitch, what? Like, what is that doing for you? It's not doing anything. It's just setting you back more. So use your anger for change, for good change. And that's what I need to do. Because I'm going to really show that, like, who are you showing? Who are you showing up when you're talking about, I'm going to go show them and I'm going to just say the hell with this shit? No, because then you're going to be sitting on your floor crying 2 weeks from now, a month from now, because you gained 15 pounds back. And you got to put it in perspective. Okay. Y'all see my bling? You see my bling calculator for those of you watching on YouTube. Okay. Hello. When we started this round of weight loss, after Hobby was born, we were sitting at about 270, girl. That's a lot. Okay. We are now 233. So we are still down 37 pounds. That's almost, let's just round it. That's about 40 pounds. So we are still down significantly. So when you have these frustrations, and sometimes I know it can be a week, it can be a week or two, it can be a month or two that we go through this I just can't get it right phase, or I just can't get in the groove phase, right? I just can't seem to get back in the seat, in the saddle, and like do what I know I need to do to get this effing weight off. That's okay. We have those moments. You can't throw away all of your hard work over 5 or 10 pounds, 20, whatever the number is. For me, 10 pounds, because we were at 222 in April, and here we are in June. Could I sit here and beat myself up and say, look, you fat bitch, you told yourself you were going to weigh 219 on June 1st, and here you, you weigh 233. Look at you. You're a loser. You're a failure. You suck. You can't do this. You have a podcast talking to people about how to do this, and look at you. Could I sit here and do that to myself? Yeah. Have I done that to myself? No. Am I going to do that to myself? No. Am I going to be angry? Sure. Yeah, I am angry, but there's a different level of anger. And I want to acknowledge that for myself, because when we have these moments, we've really got to look inside and find the good. Okay. And I know the version of me that would have done those things, that would have ripped me a new one, that would have sat there and called myself every name in the book, you fat, stupid bitch. Oh my God. Like, and would have quit, would have said, see, there it is. And like just quit and then be right back at 270 plus. So I'm going to acknowledge in this moment that I'm not doing that. That yes, I'm angry, but in a different way. Because I know I'm not a piece of shit. I know that I know how to do this. And I'm gonna, it goes back to like having that real conversation with yourself. It's like what is the truth? The truth is, Amy, the truth is, Amy, you are currently half-assing your journey. You are currently half-assing your journey and expecting whole ass results. That's the truth. Because I feel like in the past, I know there's been times where I could get away with half-assing at times, not always. And the scale would still, go down. Maybe it's the age, probably has a lot to do with it. But for whatever reason at this point in my life, I can't half-ass anything when it comes to my weight loss journey. So the good thing about this, I've been tracking my weight. I've been tracking food. Even though it doesn't look pretty on paper, I have the data because if you don't do that, you fall into the I feel. I just feel like I keep gaining weight. I just feel like no matter what I eat and no matter what I do, that scale, it just keeps going up. You can't say I feel because it's all science. It's in and out. It's calories in, calories out. That at the end of the day, at a very simplistic level, that's what it's all about. Now, we're not talking about the feelings and the emotional bullshit. We're just talking about the science of it. Okay, that piece of it. You can't say, well, I just feel like I'm doing everything right. How many of you do that, right? I just feel like I'm making good choices. You might be making good choices 70% of the time, but yet you expect results of someone who's putting in 100%. And that's the real, raw, honest conversation that I'm having with me is that you're not giving 100%. And remembering that, wait a second, that's actually what we tried to do. Like that was the goal here, right? The goal was to just start tracking, to get this weight gain under control. Okay. And don't use this as a chance to beat yourself up. Use this as an opportunity to figure out what the hell needs to happen, right? So it's kind of like, the saying that where they go, what got you here won't get you there, right? The level of food that I can eat right now may have gotten me down from 270 to 230 something. However, that level of food cannot get me from 230 to 199. It's just not computing because it all boils down to math at the end of the day. And that intake has to go down in order for the scale to continue to go down. And quite frankly, when you get to a certain weight, you shouldn't need as much food because you can't handle as much food. That's how it should be, right? So what got you here won't get you there. So meaning, why would you take your entire journey and flush it down the toilet because you're having a rough month? You don't want to do that. You just have to recalibrate and say, okay, I'm now at this level and I'm fed up. I'm not where I want to be, but I sure as shit am not where I was. That's for damn sure. Okay. And if you want to stop feeling uncomfortable, because y'all, I got my jeggings on right now and I am not comfortable. This shit is not comfortable. I can feel it. I can feel the weight. Right. And so that I'm going to sidebar here for a minute on that because there's times where like you can feel the weight, if you know what I'm saying. Like you can feel the weight gain. Um, and there's times where the number could be exactly the same as it is today, but you don't feel that weight. It's weird. It's weird. I'm not even gonna go into that. Because I'm really all over the place. So now what's next? What's next? I'm done feeling pissed. I'm done feeling angry. I'm not going to have a pity party. I'm not going to give up, even though, yeah, of course you want to. You have that feeling of just wanting to give up, but I'm not going to because my desire, my why for why I'm on this journey is much greater than wanting to give up. So, what's next? What's next for me? Well, we got through just tracking, and clearly we need to do a little bit more than that because it's not enough. That gave me some information. And now I know if you really want to see results, it's now time to get your ass in the arena and follow your points. Follow your points range. And it takes preparation, you guys. It does, because eating to lose weight takes a little bit of planning. And I don't mean like, oh, I got to go plan and like throw the foods out and only eat this. It's like, no, it just takes a little bit of extra thinking before you make knee jerk reactions, right? You know, we're going to be busy. We're going to have times we're going to be hitting up the drive through. That's fine. Learn how to eat at the drive through. And it just requires sometimes pulling over and looking up the points or whatever it is that you're doing before you just go to the window and make that same order that you've always made. That's what it takes. And so now it's time to really buckle down. It's time to stay in my points range. And the way that I'm going to be able to do that is planning in advance. So where before the last couple of weeks, I was just tracking as I was eating. Okay. Excuse me. Now, what my plan is, because this is what's worked for me in the past, because I had to think about it too. It's like, okay, you've lost significant amounts of weight in the past. You know how to do this. You have the tools, you have the resources, you know what to do. And it requires a little bit of planning the day before. So the day before, what I would normally do when I'm really like in it to win it is I get on my Weight Watchers app and I put in all of my food. And I don't create plans that are, just asinine that, yeah, I'm going to make this like home cooked meal. But oh, by the way, tomorrow we have endocrinology. I'll use today's example, right? My daughter has her endocrinology appointment for her type 1. And then we have cheer team stuff tonight. So it's going to be busy. Okay. So let's not be overachievers that are going to like, oh, I'm going to make this like completely homemade meal with all this fresh shit. No, you're not. You're going to set yourself up to fail. So when I say planning the day ahead, it's like, look at your calendar, look at your schedule, understand what is going on today, and make a realistic plan of like, okay, we know we've got endocrinology. We know we've got cheer team. So where's the balance here? Where are we going for dinner? What we having? Are we cooking dinner, or are we going to pick something up? We're going to have something delivered. Look at your schedule so that you know. Now, we also know life is life. Life's going to life. Things are going to happen. Things are going to pop up. So having contingency plans, I've shared with you guys before, like, I have 2 small children. I have a 2.5 and a 6.5-year-old, like, and a Chihuahua. Like, things get a little busy here. And things happen that aren't planned. Kids get sick. I'll use yesterday as an example. So, Kat's Dexcom, which is what checks her blood sugar monitor, for literally no reason, all of a sudden it's not connecting, turned into this whole big fiasco. It ended up taking like 3 hours of troubleshooting to fix it. Okay. And then it was also an insulin pump change day. So we changed that before bed. No big deal. We've got it down. It takes us a couple minutes. But then the old pump just starts this obnoxious screaming, beeping. It's happened before. So now I know what to do. I have to hammer it to death. That's the only way to get rid of the sound. But it's like, again, these things that aren't planned that take us away from our schedule. So I've shared before, like my contingency plans is like have things readily available at your home that you can make in a pinch. So for example, we love the boneless buffalo wings. Love those. They're frozen. You pop them in the air fryer, get you some fat-free ranch, get you some baked fries. It's like comfort food. It's easy, it's fast, and you're not overdoing it. Have those things readily available because life is gonna life. Okay. And if you make mistakes and you don't make the best choices, that's okay. You know what I mean? So, for me this week, it's just about back to basics, back to basics, staying in your let's make clear goals, okay? Cuz I want you guys to model that as well. We will stay in our daily points range, okay? We will plan the day before so that we're not scrambling when we're hangry and pissed off and busy and da da da. We're going to plan the day before. Okay? Um Plan the day before, stay in my points range, keep drinking the water, and I need to get in the activity. The walking minimum 15 minutes a day, minimum. That's for my physical, but it's also really for my emotional and mental health as well. I really have to have that time. And we talked before in the episodes, not with the kids, not necessarily with the dog, but like just me going out with myself, with my thoughts to like decompress. So we're tracking the day before, we're staying in points range, we're drinking 100 ounces of water, and we're walking 15 minutes a day. Those are my 4 goals. And, here's the thing. If I go a whole week and I do that successfully, and let's say I get on the scale a week from now and it's up or it's the same, okay, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And if the next week you do everything you're supposed to do and the scale is not moving or it's gone up, then we can make some other decisions. Okay. Then perhaps we need to look at, maybe we need to see a doctor. Maybe we need to, look at our levels. We need to see what else is going on that is causing our bodies to not drop the weight. You cannot go there yet when you know damn well you're not putting in 100%. When you know damn well you're going 60, 70 points a day. Like, come on. You can't consume that amount of food and expect for that scale to keep going down. So that's where I'm at. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's annoying. But you got to keep going. And you're not starting over, right? That was one of the things like back in the day I would always say, well, oh, here we go again. We're starting over. It's like if you understand that a journey consists of effing up, falling off, going backwards, staying the same. If you can understand that that is actually part of, you're not starting and stopping. You're only stopping when you actually quit and throw in the towel and say, F it, I'm just going to like go eat all the things. That's when you're quitting. I'm not quitting. I don't want you to quit. Go get your anger out in a good way. Go hit a punching bag, go for a walk, go for a run, go do an exercise, go use that anger as the catalyst to make changes. Okay. And understand that when you start tracking and looking at what you're doing and using it as data, you get away from the inner fat bitch stuff. You get away from beating yourself up and you move more into, okay, I have the facts. Let's just be real. Let's not live in denial. Let's not pretend like we're not doing anything we're not supposed to, right? Like that's just what has to happen. So, hmm, hmm. Alrighty. I hope this episode has been helpful. I'm not quite sure how it will go over. I try to keep things positive, but life is not always positive. And, we're not going to pretend and live in denial that it's, oh my God, it's so happy and fun all the time. Like, no, it's not. It's just not. It has all of those feelings, everything. It consists of all of the above. So, on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have an amazing week. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what your goals are. And I will keep checking in with you guys over on Instagram. I posted my breakfast from today. Highly 10 out of 10 recommend. It was only 4 points, very filling. It was awesome. So I will keep sharing things like that as well for you to like help you guys and to keep myself accountable. If you love the episode, if you love the podcast, please head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and review. I will catch you guys in the next episode. Until then, stay irresistible. Bye, guys.